Good evening to all of you beautiful and lovely gods and goddesses, and welcome back to Under the Lover's Pier, a character story that moves through many different games. The games shown have amazing stories, so if you find one you like, please go and show the creators some love. I loved each and every game's story. I am just a person that loves adding new and interesting ideas to a character. I do not claim any of the game's stories as my own. I am merely trying to have fun connecting ideas and stories together. Any information I have obtained, I will try to provide in the description.
Can be effective.
I recognized the parade float I had seen in Bright Falls.
Making it to the gas station, Frey then finds out that there was a lapse in time between them getting to Bright Falls and now. With a whole week of memory missing, flashbacks make it seem as if the story Frey is writing is connected to everything going on.
In the darkness, the lights of the gas station felt comforting. At least for a moment, the sane world reasserted itself. The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
It also just been wrong.
The garage was a mess. It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
All right.
Oh,
I'll keep
Jesus.
writing. Outside, there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her. I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost.
I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
Yes. Already lost it.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station.
He's gonna get arrested.
Oh, thank God.
Because he's crazy.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker, you are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen, I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake, not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me. And then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
Exactly. They probably haven't updated their numbers. It was probably, 2 weeks from now, but it was actually 8 days from now. And now that it's at 7 days, they can change the time.
Returning to Diver's Isle, Frey finds out that the island they were staying on is no longer there and actually hasn't been there for some time. All that is left is a part of the wooden bridge that leads to the island.
Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed
Recalling
at.
visions from the past, Frey recalls a time 3 years ago in New York City, when a big snowstorm was affecting the whole city, and then all of a sudden, the power goes out.
Started 3 years ago. Jesus.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up. Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
I know I shouldn't be asking this question. But there's coffee right there on your desk. I can see it. Like that. There's something over here. Yep. Better take the manuscript page. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so that's a TV. Got a TV stand, but they just set the TV right in the middle of the floor.
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Like a great storm. Be nice. Get coffee, go sit out on the patio.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Hey, honey, let me go see what's on the desk. I couldn't have done that when I was.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. By the way, what happened over my dead body? The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Power's out.
Alan, please
Come on.
check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
Oh, okay.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay. Hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No.
Probably.
Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Na.
Back to the present, Frey is being
There is
checked
no
out
more.
by the town doctor, checking to make sure that Frey didn't have
Present
anything
day now.
seriously wrong with
How are you
them
feeling,
after
Mr.
the car
Wake?
crash they were a part of.
Nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
You already asked me that.
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor.
Because
Sheriff
my
Breaker had called
wife
him to the
apparently
station to take a
performs
look
a
at
lot
the
of
cut in my
miracles.
head. I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh,
He
she's
didn't cut it short. He came and brought it in here.
not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe
I don't know
that,
why he put it on the
coming from an old
newspaper, but
fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fishing for you. You a fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
I'll take your word for it, Doc.
Perform miracles. That's how she developed those pictures. That lady again.
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your
Ow.
phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Oh. A lot of missing. I'm starting to think
Your
you're not
phone,
good
Mr.
at your
Wake?
job.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Getting a phone call from an unknown assailant, Frey leaves the sheriff's office and follows the directions to behind the station and through a gate, where they find Alice's driver's license.
There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Okay, I do want to know how I came out of this door on the phone right here, and then all of a sudden I'm over here. And I had to answer the phone twice. How? I mean, come on.
Wait, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
No. No, you don't.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over. Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located.
Quiet.
Hey, mister!
Uh,
Hey, can you turn the lights on? The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen to me.
Here.
Thank you, man, thank you. Hey, you're alright. You're a good guy.
Oh.
Don't let anybody tell you different.
Better find my manuscript page in the
You know, I shouldn't even
jail.
be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See, sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk.
The early morning
Not-
light hurt my eyes and made
not
my
much
head
better.
ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Well, first, you gotta pick up your coffee there. Really need to quit leaving here.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Look, climb up so I can get there. Okay. Jesus Christ, man.
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice.
After finding the license, Frey receives a call from Barry, their agent, who was worried when both Frey and Alice were not answering their phones.
Station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Technically, the sheriff has basically already let me go.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness, shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is its...
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Odin never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
What are you doing? You ain't even
Are you
doing
feeling
anything
any
there.
better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey! Oh, Mom,
Damn.
take it easy.
Straight up said, fuck you, man.
Hey, nobody move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, that ain't creepy at all.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Leaving the station, Frey and Barry head to Elderwood National Park in search of a place to stay and to meet with Rusty.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan.
I don't like that kind of situation, man.
She even has a fan site dedicated to you.
That's even creepier. Be real honest with you. That makes it creepier.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared?
Didn't shoot just one. There were several. They were all axe murderers.
What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do you
and everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong. It's a good story. Could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Can I go to the funny farm? I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like fun. Max, whoever you are.
Easy there, boy.
Oh.
I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
Run back.
Al, you can't just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
Meeting with Rusty, Frey gets some keys to a cabin in the woods and also asks for directions to Lover's Peak, the place where Frey is supposed to meet the
Glad to
kidnapper.
have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too. If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right, thanks.
Fair enough.
If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now. Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to their beds, wearing white shirts with too long tangled up sleeves.
Done? Jesus, man.
Don't forget to join the gods and goddesses, and most of all, have a wonderful and lovely day.